Hello friends, welcome back in my another lecture in series of lectures in probability and statistics. As this lecture is in continuation to the previous one, so here I'm going to solve some more problems on discrete and continuous random variable, and afterward we will discuss mean, variance, standard deviation followed by covariance for the random variable. So let's start. A coin is tossed 3 times. If x is a random variable giving the number of heads then that arise, construct a table showing the probability distribution for x. Probability distribution for x means there are some random variables having some probabilities, and that system of number is called as probability distribution for x. First of all, sample space for throwing a coin thrice is given as triple head, head head tail, head tail head, tail head head, tail tail head, tail head tail, head tail tail, and finally tail tail tail. So possible number of outcomes are 8. All right, this is given x is a random variable, that number of heads in 3 tosses of a coin. Therefore x can take values 0, 1, 2, and 3. X is equal to 0 means x can, these are the possible values of random variable x, because x is equal to 0 means no head in 3 toss, 1 head in 3 toss, 2 head in 3 toss, 3 head in 3 toss. We have to find probability of each of these. Therefore probability that x is equal to 0, no head means all are tail, so favorable outcome is 1 and total possible outcomes are 8. X is equal to 1 means one head there are 3 cases of this type, one head, so favorable outcomes are 3 and total cases are 8. X is equal to 2, probability that x is equal to 2 heads, favorable outcomes are 3 and total outcomes are 8. And finally probability x is equal to 3 means 3 head, exactly 3 head, so favorable outcome is 1 and total possible outcomes are 8. So this is simple. Therefore now probability distribution for x is x taking value 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is p of x, and these are 1 by 8. Already we have evaluated 3 by 8, 3 by 8, and 1 by 8. So this is probability distribution for x. We have to construct a table. So in this table there are 2 rows. In first row these are the possible values of x, in second row these are their the corresponding probabilities of each random variable. All right, now second question. A box contain 5 white and 3 black marbles. If 2 marbles are to be drawn at random without replacement, all right, and x denote the number of white marbles, find the probability distribution for x. Again we have to construct table like this. So first of all, given x denote number of white marbles, since we have to draw 2 marbles without replacement. Without replacement means once one marble is drawn, second marble's probability will be affected by the first one, so there will be conditional probability. Let's see. And x no number of white marbles, therefore x can take values because maximum we have to draw 2 marbles, so there can be 0, 1, 2. No white marble, 1 white marble, 2 white marble, because maximum we have to draw 2 marbles. These are the possible values of x. Now we have to find probability of each of these. Therefore now p of x is equal to 0. P of x is equal to 0 means p of no white. No white means both marbles are black, so this will be probability of first marble, black marble, into probability of second black marble when first marble has been already drawn. There will be conditional probability. This probability will be affected by first one. Probability of first black marble, favorable outcomes 3 and total outcomes are 8. Now probability of second, one marble has been already used, so 3 minus 1, so we are left with 2 black marbles, favorable outcomes are 2 and total marbles also decrease because one already used without replacement. Since there is without replacement, all right, so this will be 7, and this after multiplication will come out to be 3 upon 28. Next is p of x is equal to 1. P of x is equal to 1 means one white and one black. So there are two possibilities: white on first row, black, either white on first row or white on second row, because we have to draw two marbles. One white, because we have to draw two marbles, so one white and one black. Two or means plus, this is p of wb plus p of bw. Now find the probability of white into probability of black when white has already occurred, probability of black into probability of white when black has already occurred. In both cases there will be conditional probability because there is no replacement. Probability of first white, favorable 5 and total 8. Probability of black are 3, favorables are 3, but total decrease. Totals are now 8 minus 1, 7, because second time we are drawing black. Total 3 by total will be 7. Similarly, probability of black is 3, favorable 3, total 8. Now probability of white favorable outcomes are 5, but total decrease. One has all one marble decrease because there is no replacement. So this will be 5 upon and 7, and this on simplification will come out to be 15 upon 28. This is second. Now third. Third is p of x is equal to 2. P of x is equal to 2 means both are white, because we have to draw two marbles. Probability of first white into probability of second white, which is factored by the first white. This is also white. White marbles are there 5, total 8. Now without replacement, so white again we have to second time draw one more white. So white decrease, 5 minus 1 now 4. Favorable outcomes 4, and total also decrease. This will be 7, and which on simplification will come out to be 5 upon 14. Now probability distribution for x is x taking value 0, 1, 2, and p of x first probability, as we have already, this is 3 by 28, as we have already evaluated 1 already, 15 upon 28, and 2, this is 5 upon 14. This is the table showing probability distribution for x. First row contains possible values of x, and second their respective probabilities. Now third one, let x be a random variable giving number of aces and a random draw 4 cards out of 52 cards. Construct a table showing probability distribution for x. So similar case, since given x is a denote number of aces, because aces are a total 4 out of 52. Alright, so x, therefore x can take values, because we have to draw 4 cards, so x can take values 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next, since we have to draw 4 cards, these are the possible values of x. Now we have to find probability of each of these random variable. Now p of x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means no ace, because this is number of aces. No ace, it means because we have to draw 4 cards, so all 4 cards, total cards are 52. Sidewise the 4 aces, so we are left with 48. So out of 48, it means out of 48 we have to select 4 cards, so there will be combination, because no ace is there, and we have to draw 4 cards. These are the favorable cases and total cases. Out of 52 we have to select 4 cards. These are the favorable and these are total cases. Also p of x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 means 1 ace, 3 other cards, right? Because we have to draw 4 cards. 1 ace, because total aces are 4. 1 ace out of 4 can be selected in 4c1 base, and 3 cards out of 48. can be selected in this one. I'm multiplying these two operations because of fundamental principle of counting. These are the favorable cases because total we have to draw 4 cards, 1 and 3, 4 cards, and total cases are 52C4. Alright, third case is P of x is equal to 2. So that means 2 A's and 2 other cards. 2 A's and 2 other cards. So out of 4 we have to select 2. So again combination, and out of 48 we have to select 2. Total cards 4 because x is equal to 2 means 2 A's to 2 other cards. These are the favorable, again multiplying because of fundamental principle of counting, and total cases are out of 52 we have to select 4, again combination. P of x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 means 3 A's, 1 other card. So 3 A's. 3 A's can be selected out of 4 in 4C3 ways, and 1 card out of 48 can be selected in 40C1, multiplying again because of this one, and total cases are 52C4. These are favorable and these are total cases, and I am multiplying these two because of fundamental principle of counting. And finally x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 means 4 A's. 4 A's out of 4 can be selected in 4C way, and total cases are 52C4 ways. These are the favorable cases and these are total cases. Therefore probability distribution for x is x is taking value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and P of x, substitute the values from here. 4C1, 48C3, sorry, this is divided by 52C4. This is for this one, its probability will be here. This is here 48C4 and 52C4. 2 is this one, 4C2, 48C2, 52C4, and for third this one 4C3, 48C1, 52C4, and finally this one 4C4, 52C4. These are the probabilities. The first row possible values of x and second row corresponding probabilities. This is probability distribution for x. Now this is all about some problems on discrete and continuous random variable. Now I am going to define mean or expectation of random variable. This is also called mean, either mean or expectation of a random variable. Let x be a discrete random variable with possible values x1, x2 dash dash xn, and also let p1, p2 dash dash pn with the respective probabilities. Means probability of x1 random variable is p1, probability of xn is pn. Then sum of product of all the possible values of x by their respective probabilities is called as mean or expectation, and is denoted by this is for mean and this is expected value of x, and given as mean or mu e of x, expected value of x. This is summation xi pi, and I is varying from 1 to n because there are n possible values of a random variable x. So what does this mean? Sum of product of, we are doing sum, summation means sum, and this is product of product of possible values of x with the respective probability. Means x1 is multiplied by its probability p1, x2 is multiplied by its probability p2. If you open this one, this is x1 p1, x2 p2, and so on, plus xn pn. This is open form. This can be also written as x1. p1 means probability of x is equal to x1. This is x2, probability of x equal to x2, plus so on, continue in this way. xn, probability of x equal to xn. So again in summation form, this can be written as summation xi p of x is equal to xi I is again varying from 1 to n. So this term and this term, these are similar. It means this probability is equal. This is also equal to, can also be written in this way, xi f of xi. All right, so I is again varying from 1 to n. So here pi is equal to p of x is equal to xi, which is further equal to f of xi. All of these means density function of probability of each random variable. Note number 1, when x is a, this is for discrete random variable. Now when x is a continuous random variable having density function f of x, then mean or expected value of x is given as minus integration from minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. So this is for continuous random variable. In case of discrete there will be summation, in case of continuous there will be integration. Rest is same. Also expected value of g of x, this can be generalized from here. If there is x, so there is x, gx means there will be gx. So minus infinity to infinity g of x f of x dx. So this is mean for continuous random variable and this is mean for a discrete random variable. Number 2, if x and y are any random variables, then e of x plus y is equal to e of x plus e of y, and so on and so on. Means this can be extended infinitely many way. All right, if x and y are independent random variables, these are any random, these are independent random variables, then expected value of x by is expected value of x into expected value of y, and so on and so on. Means this can be extended infinitely many ways. Number 4, expected value of a x plus b, this can be written as a into expected value of x plus b, where a b are constant. So what does this mean? It means expect, because e of b is here b, so expected value of constant is constant itself, and if constant is in multiplication with the variable, then they take that constant outside, then rest is expected value of that variable. So this is called linear property. This is linearity or linear property for expected value. Now variance and standard deviation. Variance of the random variable x is denoted by brx or sigma x square. X means for random variable x, and given as and defined as sigma x square. This is variance of x, and this is summation xi minus mu whole square into p of xi. I is varying from 1 to n to up to n, which can be written as compare this result with this one. If there is xi pi, so there is xi minus mu whole square into p of I. The rest is same, only this is different. So this can be written as e of x minus mu whole square. This is expected value of this one. All right, so I'm writing general there because xi belongs to x, where mu means mu is expected value of x, and p of xi, these are the possible values of here, these are the possible values of probabilities of each xi, probability of pi in probability of each xi, x1 x2 xn. All right, and xi, these are the possible values of x, and pi, here is pi, p of xi, these are the respective probability x1 x2 xn. Now number 1, variance of x is also given as, this is also given in this way, variance of x, this is e of x square minus e of x whole square, where e of x means summation xi pi, and e of x square This can be written in this way, just there will be square summation xi square pi. All right, easily seen from here. Variance, the variance is non-negative number. Reason being, this is clear from the notation, because there is square, so negative is not possible. The variance is always non-negative number. Positive square root of variance of x is a standard deviation and given as, this is standard notation for standard deviation, or simply SD. This is positive square root of variance of x. Number 4, variance of ax plus b is equal to a square variance of x, where a, b are constant, where a, b are, these are constants. That means, because variance of ax plus b, b is constant, so b is not appearing here, so variance of constant is 0. That is, variance of constant is equal to 0. And if constant is in a multiplication with a variable, then that constant will come out in square form outside, then rest is variable variance of that variable. All right, so this is about this one. Must remember, variance of constant is 0, whereas expected value of constant is a constant itself. Number 5, if x and y are independent variables, then variance of x plus y, this is variance of x plus variance of y. Similarly, variance of x minus y, this is again this one. So it doesn't matter whether there is plus or minus, this will be always plus if x and y are independent random variables. Next is covariance. If x and y are two random variables, then covariance of x and y is denoted by, this is denoted by COV(xy) or sigma xy, and given as covariance of x by, this is expected value of x minus e of x by minus e of y. This can be written as e, but is e of x is mean for x, and this is also mean, this is mean in term of y, so mu y, this one. Now multiply these inside, this is x by minus mu x by minus x mu by minus, now this is minus plus mu x mu y, just simple multiplication. Now use this linear property, e ax plus b, this is equal to a time e of x plus b, using this linear property. This is constant, this is constant, this is constant, so this will come out to be, after applying this property, e of x by minus mu x e of y minus mu by, this is e of x, and plus expected value constant is a constant, this will be mu x mu y, this is further e of x by mu x, and this is mu y, expected value of x mu y, and this is e of x, sorry, this is mean of x, and this is mu x mu y. All right, so these two are similar. Now cancelling these two, and this is e of x y, what is mu of x? Mu of x is e of x, again e of x, and this is e of y. So here must remember, mu x means e of x and mu y means e of y. I have used these accordingly. So covariance between x and y is difference of these two, e of x by minus ex ey. Note, if x and y are independent variable, then covariance will be 0. Covariance is covariance of x and y is 0, since we know that in the previous note, in expectation, since we know if x and y are independent, then e of x y is equal to e of x into e of y. If these two are equal, then this difference will be 0. That's why this covariance is 0. Next is covariance of ax by, this will be equal to ab covariance of xy. Similarly, covariance of x plus a by plus b, this will be covariance of xy. A and b are not appearing here. Next is covariance of ax plus b c by plus d. So this will be ac times covariance of xy. So all of these are important results. Next is, if x, y are any random variables, then variance of x plus y, this is equal to variance of x plus variance of y plus 2 times covariance of x and y. Similarly, if there is minus, so this is variance of x, variance of y, there will be sign, only this sign will change, minus 2 times covariance of x and y. And finally, covariance of ax plus by and cx plus dy, this will be equal to ac, a and c covariance of ac variance of x. Next is bd variance of y. Next will be ad, a into d, b into c, this will be covariance of xy, covariance of x and y. So these are the some important results related to covariance, and this is covariance. So covariance is always equal to this one, x and y is always equal to e of xy minus e of x and y, and this covariance will be 0 when x and y are independent, because in that case these two are equal. If these two are equal, so this difference will be 0, so covariance is 0. So this is all about mean, variance, standard deviation and covariance. Now I am going to solve some problems related to mean, variance and standard deviation. So let's see. Let x denote the number of heads in 4 tosses of a coin. Find the expected value of x. Number of heads in 4 tosses of a coin. First of all, the sample space for tossing a coin 4 times is 4 times head. Next is head, head, triple head, tail, head, head, tail, head, head, tail, head, head. Next is tail, triple head. All these 4 are similar. Next will be triple tail head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head, triple tail. These 4 are also similar. Next will be head, head, tail, tail. Move one head to right. Head, tail, head, tail. Next will be head, tail, tail, head. These 3 are similar. Next is tail, tail, head, head. Just opposite of this one. Move one tail to right. This will be tail, head, tail, head. Next will be tail, head, head, tail. These 3 are also similar. And finally 4 times tail. So in this way, if you count these will be 16 number. That is, total number of possible outcomes is equal to 16. Since given x denote number of heads in 4 tosses of a coin, therefore x can take values these. X 4 tosses of coin, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the possible values of x. 0 means no head, 1 head, 2 head, 3 head, 4 head, because there are 4 tosses. Now we have to find the probability of each of these. Therefore probability of x is equal to 0. No head, no head means all tail, so favorable outcome 1 and total outcome 16. X is equal to 1, 1 head. So 1 head, how many cases are there? 1 head, there are 4 cases. Alright, so favorable 4, total 16. X is equal to 2, 2 heads. 2 heads cases are there, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Favorable outcome 6 and total 16. P of x is equal to 3. 3 heads, exactly 3 heads. So favorable outcomes are 4. These 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total are 16. And finally P of x is equal to 4. 4 heads. So favorable outcome is only 1, 4. favorable outcome 1, total cases 16. So these are the probability all of these. Therefore, now probability distribution. Probability distribution for x is x taking value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and p of x corresponding probability. This is 1 upon 16, 4 upon 16 already evaluated, 6 upon 16, 4 upon 16 and finally 1 upon 16. These are the corresponding probabilities. Now multiply these two, x into p of x, 0 corresponding multiplication 1 by 6, 4 by 16, this will be 12 upon 16. Multiply these two, 12 upon 16, multiply this 4 upon 16. All right, and so x can be written as xi and p of x can be written as pi. These are the similar annotation as we know. This is f of xi also, f of xi also. Therefore we have to find expected value, means we have to find mean. Therefore mean of x is summation xi pi, because these notations are similar. I is varying from 5, 1 to 5. So this product is already there, so just add all of these. So this is 0, 4 upon 16, 12 upon 16, 12 upon 16, 4 upon 16 and this sum will come out to be 2. So this is expected value of x. X is the number of heads in 4 tosses of a coin. So this is expected value. Now come to this question. Find the expectation of number on a die when thrown, also find variance. First of all, here sample space for throwing a die is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is total number of possible outcomes are 6. We have to find expectation for number on a die. So this time random variable is not given. So let x give number on a die when thrown. Therefore x can take values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the possible values of x. X is equal to 1 means only one face with one dot will be there. Face with 2 dot, 3 dot, 4 dot, 5 dot, 6 dot. So these are the possible outcome. But it's probability of 1 dot. Favorable outcome 1, total 6. In fact, probability of all of these outcome is equal, as probability of x is equal to 1, probability of x is equal to 2, probability of x is equal to 3, probability of x is equal to 4, probability of x is equal to 5, probability of x is equal to 6. All of these probabilities are equal and each are equal to, favorable case in each case is 1 and total cases are 6. So these are the probabilities. Now probability distribution for x is, these are the value x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is xi, we can say xi. So what will be xi square from here? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. Now next is p of x equal to pi. Probabilities are given. These are all 1 by 6, 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 1 by 6. All right. Now multiply xi into pi. Xi into pi. First row and corresponding third row. This is 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6, 4 by 6, first and third, 5 by 6, 6 by 6. Now second and third, this is xi square into pi. Second and third is 1 by 6, 4 by 6, 9 by 6, 16 by 6, 25 by 6, 36 by 6. Alright, so this is xi pi and this is x square pi. Now we want to find expected value. Therefore expected value of x, this is summation xi pi and I is varying from 1 to 6 because 6 random variable and there are 6 probabilities there. This product is already there. This product is already there. Just add all of these: 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6, 4 by 6, 5 by 6, 6 by 6. You have to add all of these. So this is 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6, 4 by 6, 5 by 6, and 6 by 6, and this sum is equal to 7 by 2. Alright. Also, variance of x, this is can be written as, since we know the formula, this formula e of x square minus e of x whole square. So this can be written as this e of x square. E of x square means summation xy square pi, and e of x is this one. E of x just we have evaluated. This is 7 by 2 from here. Now this summation xi square pi. Xi square pi is here. This is xi square pi square. Just add all of these. 1 by 6, 4 by 6, 9 by 6. This is 1 by 6, 4 by 6, 9 by 6. Next is 16 by plus 16 by 6, 25 by 6, and 36 by 6. And this sum is equal to 91 upon 6. This sum we have already evaluated this one, so write this one here, 91 upon 6, and this on simplification will come out to be 35 upon 12. Right. Again, I is varying from here 1 to 5. So this is all about this lecture. So what we have learned in this lecture, we have solved some more problems on discrete random variable and continuous random variable. Then we come to know about mean, expectation, variance, standard deviation, covariance, all of these, and we have solved some problems related to this. All right, so this is all about this lecture. Thank you.